Welcome to the Man Utd stream. Hope you're doing well. It's Thursday morning and we've got transfer news for you. Yes, we're talking about transfers. We're talking about players wanting to leave Man Utd and players wanting to join Man Utd. There's lots of stories, lots of reports, lots of rumours about who's going to leave and who's going to come in. We've got all them covered in today's show. We'll be looking at reports that Zirkzee is going to hand in a transfer request in the January transfer window, and because he wants out, because he's not getting any game time under Ruben Amorim. We're also going to be looking at players that Man Utd are looking to sign once again. There's rumours, reports about Carlos Baleba back to the forefront. Man Utd are still not giving up on the Carlos Baleba deal. Ruben Amorim really likes him and wants him to join Man Utd. And we're also going to be looking at reports that Man Utd might actually be looking at Robert Lewandowski, the Barcelona forward, who might be out of contention at Barcelona, and it might be that Man Utd might make a move for Robert Lewandowski. He will be a free agent at end of this season. We're going to be discussing that and lots more in today's show, so make sure you stick around, make sure you hit the like button on this video, and if you're not already a subscriber to the Man Utd channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you can become part of a fast-growing Man Utd community and, of course, keep up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and more from one single daily dose. Now, let's not waste any time and jump straight into the big news of today. It broke late last night and it was on Joshua Zirkzee. Joshua Zirkzee is going to hand in a transfer request. That's what we're being told by people close to Joshua Zirkzee. Being told that he wants out. And look, we're not shocked. We've been reporting on this for a couple of weeks now, that there's been noises coming out of Zirkzee's camp that he wants out. He's not getting enough football under Ruben Amorim and he wants to be selected for his international team for the World Cup. Of course, we said the same thing about Kobbie Mainoo, but in Kobbie Mainoo's case, he is still getting a few minutes here and there on the pitch, whereas Zirkzee, we've literally not seen him in the entire season. I think once maybe he came on as a substitution, but other than that, we've not seen him. He's not getting any game time, and it's obvious he wants out, and he's going to hand in a transfer request in the January transfer window. The big news that we got last night was, however, that West Ham had made a bold move to go and sign Joshua Zirkzee. Now, we're not quite sure whether it was a move to sign him on loan or whether to permanently sign him as a new forward for West Ham. Either way, it's going to be a big move for them if they come in for Zirkzee. I can see United agreeing a loan move maybe for Zirkzee in the January transfer window. I think it will suit them. It'll suit them because he's clearly not going to get any game time in Ruben Amorim's squad. So they probably think, right, okay, let's loan him out. Let's see what happens at the end of the season. And if nothing comes of it, then yeah, okay, he'll come back and join up with Man Utd again. And if he's doing well out there, it might be that he might be sold at the end of that loan deal. Let's wait and see. What do you make of this Joshua Zirkzee rumours, reports, whatever you want to call it? Are you happy for him to leave United, or do you feel that United will be making a huge mistake by letting go of Zirkzee, who, let's be honest, when he comes on, he does impress. I think his ball holding skills and just his ability on the ball is pretty good, but he's just simply not getting any game time. I mean, look, even when Sesko does come off, Zirkzee's not the one who replaces him. I think the problem with Zirkzee is that he is not really an out-and-out striker. If he was an out-and-out striker, I think then he'd get more game time. It would be a straight switch from Sesko straight to Zirkzee. But Zirkzee prefers dropping a bit deeper, collecting the ball and doing more of his work further down in the middle of the pitch almost. And that's where the problem lies. I don't think Ruben Amorim wants someone like that. He's got plenty of players like that. He's got Mount, he's got Mbeumo, he's got Kuna to drop back and play that attacking role. He needs an out-and-out striker. And the only player right now who we've got who fits that system is Benjamin Sesko. Zirkzee does not. And I think that's where the problem lies. That's why he's not getting any game time. And I can't see him getting any game time under Ruben Amorim. Look, it makes sense. It makes sense. And I'm sure the club themselves are probably looking at this situation thinking, do we want to keep Zirkzee at United unhappy, or shall we send him out on at least a loan move? And I think I can see it happening. I can see a loan move to West Ham taking place. These rumours and reports that have come out just haven't come out of thin air. Now we're told that West Ham have made initial contact with Man United. There's lots of negotiations to take place, but they've registered their interest. They've said, look, we are interested in taking Joshua off your hands, so let us know what you're thinking about his future at United. Do you prefer a loan move? Do you want to sell him? We're interested. Do not go elsewhere. And also to let Zirkzee know that they're interested and they want him so he can feel a little bit special and he can feel wanted. Look, I'm torn between Zirkzee. I really like the guy. I think he's a top player. I think he's just not been given enough game time to showcase what he can do for United. Yes, he doesn't like playing up front, and I think that's where he maybe needs to adapt to the current requirements at United. United need another forward, so I think he needs to push forward and try and play forward and try and score more goals for United, and I think that will get him more game time. This could be one of the big January transfer window deals going through. Now, talking about deals, we are back in for Carlos Baleba. That's what we're being told by sources close to Man United, that Ruben Amorim prefers going for Carlos Baleba. He likes what he's seen, and he is pushing United to go and get Carlos Baleba, to fight off the competition from Liverpool and other clubs, and to go in there first. He believes that the player wants to play for Man United. Look, the reports are that Carlos Baleba wants to move to Man United. He wants to play for Man United. He's got Mbeumo already playing there, his international teammate. It's looking very likely that if Man United go in for Baleba, they will end up getting him. But it's just a matter of negotiating and agreeing something with Brighton, who are notoriously difficult when it comes to negotiating valuations. That is the problem United have got. Brighton are not going to be easy, and they're not going to let Baleba walk out of the club for absolutely nothing. They're going to want to milk him, absolutely get the highest valuation for him, and 100 million plus is what they're looking for Carlos Baleba. United, on the other hand, want to agree something in the region of 80 million. That's what we've been told. Let's see where it all ends up. Look, January transfer window is going to be very difficult for Man United to go and get Carlos Baleba or any other player. They have got backup options. They have got Wharton. There's also Anderson from Nottingham Forest. And there's also talk of Gallagher from Atletico Madrid being on United's radar as another backup option. Look, I like the fact that United are keeping their options open. United need to bring someone else in the January transfer window. Could it be Carlos Baleba, the number one target or number two target? Or is it Wharton that they're really after? I think they're keeping their options open. I think one of those two they're going to try and sign in the January transfer window. Finally, finishing off our transfer news for today. Robert Lewandowski. Does the name ring a bell? Yes, he's the current Barcelona striker. We're hearing that Barcelona will not offer him a contract extension, and they're going to let him go at the end of the season. Now, United have registered their interest for Lewandowski. They feel like he's still got a lot to offer, and they want to bring him to Old Trafford. What do you think about that? Do you think he's past it, or do you think he could still do something at United? There's some thought process behind it where they're thinking of bringing him in so he can work with Benjamin Sesko and get him playing like a top striker. Look, Lewandowski has been an amazing striker for a long period of time. He's been sensational for even Barcelona when most people have written him off thinking he's not going to do anything at Barcelona. He has been consistently scoring goals. That's why it's kind of surprising that Barcelona might let him go. But I think Barcelona are moving in a different direction, and that's why they might not need someone like Lewandowski up front. But look, United bringing him, I hope we don't overpay him. I think that's the only concern I have. I know, look, when we sign players who at the end of their career, they come to United and they demand a huge salary. And I don't think we should be going down that route. I think, look, if we bring him in, we can't really expect a lot from Lewandowski. I want everyone to focus on Sesko. I want him to become the player of the future. And look, if he comes in and helps Benjamin Sesko, yeah, that's a great thing. But if he's coming in as our main striker, well, no, I don't think that's a good move. I don't think that's a good move. Drop your comments below on what you think about Lewandowski coming to United. Would you be happy for him to come, or would you think, no, he's too old, he's at the end of his career? We've been down this path before by signing other players who are at the end of their career, and it never really works out for them. It doesn't work out. So why are United going to be the fall guy for these players? Why are we the numpties that are going to end up paying him a huge salary for doing nothing at the end of his career? Why? That's what I think. Anyway, guys, make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe. You watching the Man Utd Stream channel, a channel by the fans for the fans. Goodbye.